didn't I?
There we go.
You fool.
Well, I'm barely here, as you can see.
I'm Jables. Rimshee and Sir are also here.
Yep.
Cool. Got a fun
And
show.
I don't have any constraints this week, so fuck it.
Yeah. We're doing a 7-hour stream today.
All right, at some point I'm definitely
I didn't sign up for that.
I at some point I still need to do a stream where I try and manage everything from this.
From what, your stream deck?
No.
The VR? All right. I mean, you could try.
Well, that's the point. I'm gonna be on camera. I'm gonna be trying. It's gonna look ridiculous.
I mean, the show's already a comedy of errors.
No, it's a comedy show. There's just a lot of errors. All right. So how's your guys' week?
Oh, work is a clusterfuck.
Had a
Yeah,
fair
sure.
amount of rain this week. Went to a birthday party earlier today.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was at a
Oh.
trampoline park. I did not participate.
Yeah, we went down to the woods near our place, in what's called the Play Bowl, and we're relaxing over there.
Nice. My niece streams on Twitch. She was streaming today. Tuned in for that.
Cool.
She knows it's me now.
She got any more viewers?
Huh?
So she got any more viewers?
Nah. Not really.
Well, she's not here yet, so...
How do you know?
I'll pull for her.
Let me
if she
rephrase
can
that.
live.
According to Twitch, she's not here yet.
Yeah.
Because I'm refreshing, and the most up-to-date only has you, me, and Dina. Sir's not even
Because I
watching,
would find it.
despite his name.
No, I am not.
Jeez, sir.
Hey, I'm always watching. What I'm watching is up for debate, but I always am.
Oh, I had to make some.
But no,
adjustments.
I would just like to. I would just like to see her surpass us, just for the irony of it.
It'd be really funny. Yeah.
It'll
I-
happen, don't worry.
Yeah, I'm not gonna share her
like-
Twitch account with everybody, but like, I shared it in the mod chat in Jeff's server.
Hello, Dina.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hi, Dana.
You did all.
Yeah, Dina, let's go.
All right. You guys want to talk about
We-
Disney?
Yeah, let's talk about Disney.
Disney is fucking evil.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, I got a ABC article for this, and I was looking literally just before the show, and the writer for this article is with the Associated Press.
Oh,
They couldn't
no.
even have one of their own people do it.
Well, yeah, because Disney owns ABC.
Yeah, I think no one was willing to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Do you have the ABC one pulled up or the Guardian one pulled up?
I've got the ABC one pulled up.
All right.
I love the opening line for this one, though.
The
The signing up
tagline
for
or the
Disney's
first line?
popular streaming, the first line. Does signing up for Disney's popular streaming service mean you have agreed to never sue the entertainment giant over anything forever? That is what Disney argues in a wrongful death lawsuit involving a 42-year-old New York doctor whose family claims had a fatal allergic reaction after eating at an Irish pub in Disney Springs in October.
Yeah.
Well, apparently it was confirmed that it was from an allergic reaction.
Oh no. For
Yeah,
some
I
background
heard,
on
I heard
this,
Philly D's breakdown of it.
I was like, for some background on this for the audience. They went to this place after looking it up online, and it said on their website that they make it clear if there's allergens in the food, and that they will work with you to like make special accommodations or like special orders so that you'll be good.
And they also clarified
So-
when they sat down and were talking to the waiter, hey, we got some allergy shit going on here. Can't have these, can't have nuts, can't have dairy. Period.
Mm-hmm. And the waiter acknowledged, and they were brought their food, and they all ate and had a nice time. She died that night.
Of anaphylaxis.
And high quantities of nuts and dairy in their system.
Or allergens.
Disney is asking a Florida court to dismiss a lawsuit brought against it by Jeffrey Piccolo. Interesting name.
Nice name. I like it.
The husband of Kanakporn Tungsuan. Are these anime characters?
Oh man. Canuck porn? That's such an unfortunate name.
A family medicine specialist with NYU Langone's office in Carl Place on Long Island. The company argues Piccolo had agreed to settle any lawsuits against Disney out of court through the arbitration process when he signed up for a 1-month trial of Disney Plus in 2019.
Yeah.
Forced arbitration should be illegal. I'm gonna start there.
Yeah, especially when there's a death.
Now, well, okay, let me rephrase that. Forced arbitration involving any sort of consumer rights should be illegal. If you're talking like a contract between large companies,
This
I'm not gonna come down hard on that one. That could be feasible, reasonable.
this is literally the Centipede episode of South Park, where they agree to be in a human centipede because they didn't read the terms of service.
Sorry, VR chatter.
But, sir, I saw you lighten up, but I didn't hear you.
Nah, it's because Dad's mumbling in the seat next to me. His team's losing.
Yeah, but yeah, the whole human centipede episode was just like nobody reads the terms of service, and they accidentally, because they just hit I agree, they signed the contract where Apple could turn them into a human centipede.
Yeah, it's the same basic concept. It's really bullshit is what it is. Like I said, forced arbitration is bullshit when you're dealing with
Yeah.
consumer products. The exceedingly complicated nature of terms of service mean that they can hide the fact that you don't own any of your devices anymore.
Also, it was also just a 1 month trial. Is he still subscribed to Disney Plus?
Yeah. This is something that he didn't even pay for.
Or it might be null and void because did a 1 month thing in 2019.
Yeah, but they're making the claim that as part of that, you've got to sign the thing, and the thing says, you must bring all issues to forced arbitration.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not like against Disney Plus, it's against the Walt Disney Company. Or whatever the parent company of all the fucking sub-companies are nowadays.
Yeah, Disney Incorporated.
Kind of like how Google used to be Google, now it's Google with its parent company being Alphabet, which is just Google with another name.
Yeah, it's so they can technically break it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That hasn't been working out for them recently.
Oh yeah, we should probably get an article about that. The court's ruling that Google is virtually a search engine monopoly.
Yeah. Which makes sense.
Yeah, and they might have to break some stuff up because...
Well, it's not like it's the big part of it is not so much the monopoly, is that they have been found guilty for illegally using the size of an influence of their search engine to crush competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
By
if
the
you
way,
want to
if
know
you're
what's
looking-
if you want to look to see what's actually most likely to happen in this case, look to the Microsoft Internet Explorer case back in, what was that, the 90s? Early 2000s? Microsoft didn't get broken up. What happened to Microsoft was they had to pay a hefty fucking fine and stop, well, they basically just had to stop making it so that you couldn't upload other browsers onto your computer. They had to, stop preventing competition from actually getting a foothold. All that stuff, but it was mostly the fine. Hey, cats! Love
Hey,
cats!
thanks for the biddies.
No, I just
Thank you,
wanted to
cats.
put my beanie on.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, to all the audience, Bing is a superior search engine if you're looking for video, because you don't have to go to the actual website, so you can.
My
play them
hair
within the
certainly
search
stops
engine.
me from being Ginger Dina.
I was trying to give good advice, and you just interrupted me. Rude.
Rude.
Anyway, go ahead.
Me? Or did you want to
No.
say something, Jables?
I said what I said.
Alright.
All right.
I mean,
Oh.
honestly, Google isn't even the best, web browser, or search engine anymore anyway. Like, they are
Yeah, especially with
actively...
the AI shit that they implemented. Like
They're
it-
Yeah.
actively blocking shit. Like, I don't know if you've heard about this, but, do you... Good night, cats. Dream sweet. Do you know what,
No, Max, you're not allowed to go to sleep. Stay up.
do you know what, have you ever heard of the website DEI Detected?
Yeah.
No.
Alright, I'm gonna send this to you, Jables. Because I've got it up on my computer. DEI Detected just basically tracks when a game has a DEI specific sort of
A consulting company, basically.
yeah, a consulting company, thank you. Like, for example, Sweet Baby Inc. when they have consulted on a game or anything like that. And it just says, hey, this exists on here. And what a lot of these...
It was a website...
Dang.
It was a website set up by consumers for consumers so they can make informed purchases.
Yeah.
And
yeah, here's the thing.
A lot of the DEI people, or people that think that DEI is a good thing, are fucking furious about it and doing everything they can to throttle it into the ground.
Well, I think...
Which is funny, because if they think DEI is a good thing, then why wouldn't they encourage it? Because then you go, oh, DEI detected? Cool, I'm definitely gonna buy that game. But no, they're trying to throttle it into the ground, and now, not Disney, Google is actively preventing you from searching up that. Here, I'll see if it's still in effect, because I saw this not that long ago, but...
It's a lot. Oh, it's so bright. Dark mode, Rimshee. Jeez. Trying to blind people out here?
That's the thing, though. Even if you set Google to dark mode, when you use the search engine, it's still white.
Yeah. See? I've got it set to dark mode. It still fucks everyone. Oh, now it's showing up again. Okay. But this was not that long ago. And you can go look at some Asmongold videos of it. I'll see if I can find those. But he actively tried searching for it on Google. Couldn't find it. He actively searched specifically for this and it didn't show up. And apparently if you type in site, it's supposed to... I don't know. It's supposed to show up... Oh, look. All of these now show up. But it was showing up 0. Meanwhile, he went to, like, Bing, and it showed up just fine.
Yeah. Yeah, Bing is great for... Bing isn't a great search engine. It's really good for searching videos, though, because you play them in the search engine instead of having to go to the website.
Yeah.
Little tip for all you porn viewers out there. You fucking
It started out as a Steam list, which they tried to get that guy's account banned. And then he was on Twitter, and they tried to get his Twitter shut down.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know. But funny thing, like, consumers just want to play good games. They don't want to be lectured.
Yeah, personally, I don't fucking care if the main character is a trans black woman of... I don't know. I don't know how to make that...
It just has to make sense. That's it.
I don't care what your main character is, as long as the story makes sense and it doesn't even play a major role. You could just... This is why faceless, voiceless protagonists are the best. You are whoever you want to be.
Well, you can have a voice protagonist, but they have to remain consistent within their character.
Yeah, that's true. It really depends on the story, but for the most part, having a faceless, voiceless protagonist generally helps.
You're not gonna find very many people who are going to deduct points from Arthur Morgan because he talked.
Well, it's like when everybody got pissed off about what was that game? It took place in like 16th century Poland.
Oh, Witcher.
Oh.
Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Kingdom Come Deliverance, yeah.
Yeah. People got pissed off about the diversity there, and I'm like, it's 16th century Poland.
There weren't any black people there.
And then,
sorry to tell you.
Oh, and then people also got pissed off about, I think it was a Resident Evil game that took place in Africa.
Resident Evil 5.
Yeah.
There
It's
were
like,
claims
what?
that it was
You're
racism
only
because
shilling
you were
black
shooting
people.
black people.
because you're shooting black people,
Yeah.
but it takes place in Africa. There's a lot of black people there. I don't know if you know this.
I mean, like, I will say, like, it come the midpoint of the game when you're like fighting the enemies that are like in grass skirts with spears. It was a little racist, but
still, it's
Well, I know someone
zombies
who...
it's zombies in Africa. A lot of them are going to be black.
I know someone
like-
who didn't like playing Subnautica, but liked playing Subnautica 2. Because Subnautica 2, you play as a female. And it's very obviously a female because, it's voice acted. Whereas
Wow.
Subnautica 1, you kinda have a face to your character, but your character has no voice, and really, the only way you really see what they look like is via shadow. And because of that shadow, they felt a lot more disconnected. They're trans, so they felt like that gave them dysphoria. The fact that they were playing a male character gave them dysphoria, and that confuses me.
I play
When
as women
all you can
characters all the
see
time.
of the character, the only indicator of the character is the shadow on the ground.
well, yeah, like, if you look into like the lore in the game, it's like you find out that the character, he does have a name. His name is Riley.
Yep.
And he's the only survivor of the Aurora.
Yeah. I mean,
Or at least he is by the end of the game. You can argue that there are other survivors at the start of the game, but they die throughout it.
I'm a big fan of like options.
Well,
When-
keep in mind,
The
this
main
was in-
reason, the main reason the whole DEI detected thing even kicked off.
Hey, could you please close the slider? If you're going back inside, cool. But make sure you close the screen. Thank you.
The major thing that kicked it off was Suicide Squad kills the Justice League.
I haven't watched that.
Because it
Played
was
that.
such an incredibly bad game
Really.
that capped off a beloved series of games. And yeah, people started digging. It's like, why is this game so shit? And then they found out about the DEI people that basically infested the development cycle. It's like, okay, what else have these fuckers worked on? And
Yeah.
the company in particular, Sweet Baby Inc., got extremely pissed off and defensive when people found out that they were working on shit and decided that, you know what? That thing that you did with Suicide Squad was really bad. I don't want to buy anything that you've ever been involved with after this.
Well, it's like the Deadpool and Wolverine. I haven't seen the movie yet, but it's getting like really good reviews. And every interview I've seen Ryan Reynolds do like about it, he's like, "No, we wanted to make a fun movie for the fans. That was our main focus." And it's like, yeah, obviously. That's obviously why it's doing so well. Because you wanted to make a fun movie for the fans.
I'd also argue it's because of lowered expectations, but
I don't know. I'd have to see it, so I'm not gonna
No, I'm just
put
saying,
my
like,
judgment on it, but I
Marvel
the way-
has
the
been
way I
really
talk-
bad for a
the
while.
way he
now.
talks, the way he talk. Wait, what was bad?
I said Marvel has been really bad for a while now.
Yeah, but the Deadpool series has been. Deadpool 2 was not as good as the first one, but it wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't. Deadpool 1 was great. Second one wasn't as good. I've heard mixed things about Deadpool and Wolverine.
It sounds like fun though. Oh.
Yeah, like the main things I've heard is like it's definitely got the dumb fun aspects, but the story, like the writing, suffers. I'm
cool with dumb fun, and through the interviews that I heard with Ryan Reynolds, that's kind of what he was shooting for, anyways. Was just dumb fun.
There is
Let's have a good time.
a moment. I don't know if I'm gonna watch it because I've heard about a moment that happens in the film that's related to another film that I really, really liked, and I would not appreciate it.
I've heard a few things. I don't know.
I've
I
heard
always
plenty of
withhold
good
judgment.
things.
I always withhold judgment until I actually see it myself.
Yeah. Alien Romulus came out on Friday.
I know
just-
Charlie really liked it. I know nothing about
Yeah.
it, and I'm not like a massive fan of the franchise.
Well, I found out that, and I guess it's not a major spoiler either, but like the black goo from like Prometheus and Alien Covenant is tied into the movie, and I feel like that alone would be enough to cause me to walk out if I had seen it.
I don't know.
It's like,
We should do a movie
hate
name.
those movies. I'm not watching Alien Covenant again. You can't make me.
No. We're watching Alien Romulus. We should watch that.
I'd rather just not.
Well, apparently the writer for that was a big fan of Alien Isolation.
I hear that there's a lot of references in the movie too. Too many references.
I listened to like Charlie's spoiler-free review of it. It sounds promising. Might enjoy it. I just don't go to the theater anymore, so I'll have to wait.
Also, you know, like, I'm a really big fan of the first two films. And
Yeah.
kind of like the mythos of all of it. I'm also extremely fucking jaded.
Yeah, I know you are. One movie that's just been like labeled as bad across the board is the Borderlands movie.
Oh yeah, absolute train wreck.
Yeah, we should do a movie night together and check that out.
I don't want to.
Because I feel like together we could make it fun. Oh, we're not gonna.
I
Give
don't
them any
even
money
give it-
for it.
I don't give a shit about the games.
I like the first two.
But yeah, it's just like it's terribly written. It's horribly miscast.
Yeah.
Not to say that Cate Blanchett is not a good actress. She is, but she's also in her 50s.
Yeah.
And she's
So what?
portraying a character who's supposed to be in her early 20s at most.
Okay. I feel like the three of us could have a really good time watching it, just by making fun of it.
Or we could all three be very miserable.
Yes, it could be another Bean Boozled situation. Why did I decide to do this? This is a bad fucking idea. Yeah.
But at least the Bean Boozled was funny afterwards.
Yeah, it was
I
not
just have a
pleasant
bad-
in the moment.
I just have a bad feeling of Borderlands. It's not going to be pleasant in the moment, and afterwards, looking back on it, it's just like, well, that's time I'm never getting back.
Yeah, we've done that with another movie though.
Also, I'll just go
I
ahead
feel like
and
we've
say
all
it.
watched like a really shitty movie together, where it was like, I thought this was gonna be fun shitty, but it was just bad.
I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I don't give a shit about Kevin Hart. I don't particularly like the guy. I don't think he's all that funny.
I think he's super Dick Shark, that's what it was. Yeah, I think Kevin Hart is super out of touch now.
It's like, I don't think I want to watch a film where he's one of the primary characters.
I didn't even know he was in that movie.
He is.
Yeah, Dick Shark was a rough watch.
Sounds like it.
Wait, you didn't watch that with us?
No.
No.
Because I remember showing it to a bunch of other people because I had to sit through it, so you guys have to too.
Yeah, I was not present for that.
Alright. It was Bread. That's who it was.
Ah, good old Brett.
I haven't talked to him in a while. I hope he's doing alright.
Oh, he's joined BreadTube.
I'm sure he's alright. No.
I was just waiting for that to click.
Yeah.
Anybody that knows Brad knows that would never happen.
Yeah.
So,
It was a good pun and funny. I regret nothing, Dina.
Apologies. We wandered way, way away from wherever we were supposed to be.
Weren't you there to begin with?
A woman died, and Disney says, fuck you, you can't sue us because you signed up to a streaming service.
For a free trial.
Even though you were given assurances by staff at a place that falls under our umbrella that you would be taken care of, and yeah, our staff killed your wife, and but you can't hold us responsible.
I will say this. This judge has the opportunity to do something pretty cool and say forced arbitration in any sort of consumer product space is unconstitutional. I doubt he'll do it, or she.
Well, the reason why Disney wants to just do arbitration is because they don't want to have any of their employees testify in court and have that part of court records.
Well, that and courts are a lot more favorable to, or a lot more impartial, whereas arbitration is more favorable to the person who's paying most of the time. There are exceptions. There have been cases where the arbitrator looks at the situation and goes, "Oh, fuck no. Fuck no. You're fucked."
Yeah.
Yeah. Disney also noted in its response that Piccolo agreed to a similar arbitration provision when he created an account on Disney's website and app ahead of the ill-fated theme park visit. But Piccolo's lawyer, in a response filed earlier this month, argued that it was absurd to believe that more than 150 million subscribers to Disney Plus have waived all rights to sue the company and its affiliates in perpetuity, even if their case has nothing to do with the popular streaming service.
Yeah.
The notion that terms agreed to by a consumer when creating a Disney Plus free trial account would forever bar that consumer's rights to a jury trial in any dispute with any Disney affiliate or subsidiary is so outrageously unreasonable and unfair as to shock the judicial conscience. And this court should not enforce such an agreement, Brian Denny, Piccolo's attorney, wrote in the August 2nd filing.
Good job, Brian Denny.
Disney, in its May 31st filing, argued that whether Piccolo actually reviewed the service terms is immaterial. It also noted the arbitration provision covers all disputes, including disputes involving the Walt Disney Company or its affiliates.
I understand having that in there because you want to sue Disney for not having your particular movie or show available on their website. This is fucking ridiculous.
Also,
Yeah, like this-
just suing them because they don't have your particular show on there would be a frivolous lawsuit. That would get tossed out so quick.
So,
Well, no,
here's the
because
thing-
Disney claims to have all of their properties available on the streaming service. So if you sued them over that, you know.
False advertising.
Song of the
Gotcha.
South is available on Disney Plus.
It's not.
I have it on DVD.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing I was going to say before this show even started. What's extremely frustrating about this is it's not just that Disney is evil. It's not that they're just an evil corporation, but they're an incompetent evil corporation.
Yeah.
It's like they're evil, but they're not even good at being evil. They're evil in just really stupid, embarrassing fucking ways.
Oh, why do you think South Park makes fun of them so much? I mean, as a corporation, you would just pay the guy.
Yeah, it's just like settle out of court.
Well, that's what the forced arbitration's about. Is to settle out of court.
Yeah.
But you know, like, don't
It's the
respond
forced
to it
settling
like
out of
this,
court.
you fucking
It's
moron.
actually not settling out of court, Jables. It's getting a non-judge to be the deciding factor.
Well, no, it's so nothing goes into court records and becomes public knowledge. That's what it's about.
Yeah, but settling out of court is a very generalized statement.
Yeah. Well, when you're settling
what
out of
most
court, you
people
go through
think of-
arbitration. You go through arbitration in order to settle out of court.
Not normally. Normally, it's just between the lawyers. What can we
That's-
come up with that our clients will agree to?
Yeah, but that's like one person short of what arbitration is.
Also,
It's still
virtually-
not
virtually the same thing.
arbitration.
Also, in the case of this, you would be forced to go through channels that Disney approves,
Mhm.
Well,
which
Dina
are much
brings up-
more likely to find in Disney's favor than yours.
Yeah. Dina brings up Dr. Evil. You know, in those movies, like, the evil corp owned, like, Starbucks and everything. Like, all the other large corporations. So, yeah. It is Dr. Evil levels.
Yeah.
Like, Dr. Evil, when he was on Frozen, was already a millionaire on the way to be a billionaire. Because number two invested in so many different companies. And had,
Number
like,
2 was fucking
controlling-
business savvy.
had controlling interest in a ton of companies.
Yeah, number 2 was business savvy as fuck. And if
Yeah.
Dr. Evil had just let him do his thing, all the money in the world, no legal trouble.
Yeah, but that's what the bit was Dr. Evil was too dumb to realize that he already had a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
And that the actual evil people were these high stakes investors with all the money and taking controlling stocks and companies.
You know, anytime this comes up, it's just like, you know, I had.
You cut out, sir.
Legal action against a
oh.
family.
Hold on, you cut out for a good 30 seconds there.
Well, fuck, I can't do anything about it.
Okay, yeah, just start over.
I said, I feel like it bears reminding that this is the company that threatened legal action against a family in the UK because they wanted to put Spider-Man on their child's gravestone.
No, that was Sony. Disney doesn't have rights to Spider-Man.
Disney was involved at the time.
Disney's never
Yeah,
had
that
rights
was
to
when
Spider-Man.
Sony and Disney were playing nice.
Yeah. That was pre-Sony and Disney playing nice. I remember the story you're talking about.
Yeah, fuck the Walt Disney Corporation. The world would be a better place if they failed. Which they are kind of feeling. Those quarterly reports have not been good.
Oh,
You know, the only reason that Kathleen Kennedy hasn't stepped down as the lead of Lucasfilms is because she wants to go out on a positive note.
She wants to go out with a win.
Yeah.
Good fucking luck, bitch.
Well,
By
she
the
wants
way,
to go with a win, which in and of itself is a tacit admission that everything so far has been a fucking failure.
by the way, I watched Jurassic Park this morning. I just had the itch. Kathleen Kennedy is credited as the producer on that.
What?
Jurassic Park, the original.
She did a lot of producing and executive producing work for like Spielberg and Lucas and like other people throughout the 80s and 90s. She was one of the producers on Twister. Like I've seen behind the scenes footage from Twister where they do interviews of her.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, is that like that's all she did though. She didn't actually run anything. She never had any talent. She just rode the coattails of men who were far better than her.
Unfortunately, one of those thought that she would be a good protege.
Well, yeah. He gave it to her because he thought, George Lucas that is, that she would protect his creation after it was sold to Disney. And she immediately stabbed him in the back.
Yeah. Yeah, George. Hasn't George Lucas done like interviews where he's like, I regret selling it. I shouldn't have done that.
Oh, absolutely.
And then there's also like red carpet.
He did that
interviews with
before-
Mark Hamill being like, it's a movie.
Yeah, Lucas said that he regretted it back before the abomination that is episode 9. I think he regretted it before the abomination that is episode 8.
George Lucas has called Disney white slavers in the past.
I can see it. And Jay
Yeah.
just runs away.
She's a miserable, capricious, untalented cunt.
And all of that is forgivable. What she's done to Star Wars is not.
Not just Star Wars. She has destroyed everything she's touched.
Yeah, true. I'm saying Star Wars alone.
She destroyed Star Wars. She destroyed
Jurassic Park is a
Indiana
great
Jones. Well, again,
You mean all the
She
current
didn't have
reboots
anything
of
to-
everything? that
Yes,
she had
yes,
touched in
all the
past?
current
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
because
All the stuff
She-
she's been in charge of.
yeah, she is the creative head of Lucasfilm, basically.
Yeah.
She oversees everything. Everything gets approved by her.
Oh, by the way, I haven't talked to you guys about Joe Rogan's new special yet.
Oh?
No.
All right, I'm coming out. I am a comedian. After watching that special, that was so fucking atrocious. I'm willing to call myself a comedian at this point. Because if Joe Rogan can do it,
Alright.
so can I. It was bad. He stole jokes from himself from like a decade ago.
Well, then they're not stolen. They're just reimagined or
No,
Rehashed?
told the exact same way, like from a special that he already released 10
got
years
it
ago.
remastered.
No, told the exact same way. Like, zero different.
All right, re-released. What do you want? It's not stolen because it's his joke.
Playing the hits, I guess. I don't know. It
The
was
golden oldies.
It was bad. And you guys know me, I don't really like shit on other comedians, but like it was I was about a half hour into it and I called Nick and I was like, all right, I'm a comedian. I'm watching Joe Rogan's special and it's pissing me the fuck off.
Yeah, sometimes you just see things it's like, well, it can't be that fucking hard.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of us felt during like the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. It's like, fuck, anybody can be a lawyer.
Dude. No, the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial was my real like I could be a lawyer thing.
I'm pretty sure our resident fake lawyer could argue a better case than this.
Let's get a crackhead doctor on the stage when we were supposed to get a different guy that has the same name. What? Yeah. Oh man. I'm still mad about that Joe Rogan special. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, she destroyed Star Wars. She destroyed Indiana Jones. She destroyed Willow, a movie that barely anyone even gave a fuck about.
Oh, it was a really good movie. It was a cult classic, but
It's tedious.
it can be. It's a lot of fun. It's a classic, though. It is a classic.
When-
It's just it never turned
you're in
into
the mood-
anything.
When you're in the mood for Willow, it really hits the spot.
Yeah.
I said Val Kilmer's good, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm saying it's just like a long, tedious movie.
But that's the thing, is like
you have to be in the
the
mood for it.
the season of television that they made based on that movie was so horrifically, atrociously bad that they removed it from Disney Plus entirely.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna check that.
How hard is it, Ted? Like I understand like writing scripts and stuff and acting is relatively difficult.
The only Willow on Disney Plus right now is the classic 1988 version.
Nice.
Yeah, like I said, they basically scrubbed that TV show from existence. That's how bad it was.
Well, Streisand effect. It's available somewhere. I kind of want to see it.
All right, now I'll look
because
up
it's that
Song
Oh, yeah.
of the South. No results found.
bad. I wonder if it's
Stop
available
running
in the
from your
UK.
past, Disney.
Because because I remember my mom bought a bunch of copies of Song of the South from the UK on DVD. So I wonder if you like set your VPN to the UK, if you could find Song of the South. Because I know they do not share it in the US at all.
Yeah. The thing that pisses me off more than anything is not so much like getting rid of things or just like not having things available, but is altering things.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
one thing
Disney
that I
is-
find,
They've been caught editing multiple episodes of The Simpsons.
yeah, one thing that I find really weird though is that throughout a lot of Disney properties, the Zippity Doo-Dah song is rampant throughout a shit ton of Disney properties. It's zippity doo dah, zippity day. My oh my,
what a wonderful day.
Plenty of sunshine coming my way. Zippity
Zippity doo dah, zippity yay.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's from Song of the South. But
Mm-hmm.
I still argue that Whistle Stop is one of the greatest Disney songs ever.
fair enough.
I stand by the fact that there are no Disney movies after episode 6.
Huh?
Watching them in numerical order, episode
You
1,
mean
episode
Star
2.
Wars movies?
What did I say?
Disney.
You said Disney movies.
There are no Disney Star Wars movies, with the exception of Rogue One.
And even I've got problems with that one.
Yeah, but at least it was...
Wasn't the worst.
Yeah, it
No, it wasn't the worst.
like, it would have been the worst if it wasn't followed by Solo. And...
I think
Rogue
I
One
watched
is
Solo
ultimately
drunk.
unnecessary.
It's unnecessary, but it's fun. Episode 7 was mediocre at best, but they could have gone from there and actually done something decent with the next 2 movies. Instead,
It
we
had
got
potential.
Luke Don't Care and MacGuffin galore.
Titty milk.
Ugh, God.
Weird walrus udder titty milk.
You know, I went with my mom and my brother to see that movie not long after it came out.
What, titty milk?
Yeah, let's just call it that.
Green titty milk.
And you know, I think like the first movie that I saw in theaters where I acknowledged it's like, wow, that really sucked, was Battle of the Five Armies.
Ooh. Yeah, I
But
didn't
like
even-
with that one, it took the entire car ride home and me just thinking about what I had just saw to be like, that movie was terrible. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think a lot of problems with a bunch of movies nowadays is like they're all following the same formula, and it's just like it's
like-
not engaging. Nothing's unique. It's
Wow.
all feels
Watching
the same.
Titty Milk. I was just as the movie kept going, I was just more and more sinking into my chair
Yeah.
and just getting more and more pissed.
I'll say this.
And by the time we left, like we're walking back to the car, I was furious.
I will say this about modern movies. The thing that's ruining the AAA blockbuster Hollywood big budget movie is the big budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, the budgets are absolutely out of control.
The budgets are absolutely out of control, but because they're so... because the budget is so high, the studios are less likely to actually
Take a risk.
take a risk. Exactly. They're not wanting to take
Yeah.
a risk, and as a result, you don't end up with a good movie. You end up with a generic cookie cutter safe movie. Or you end up with a passion project like Maverick.
Like, as some people have been starting to like kind of like question, it's like, is this just a money laundering scheme now? Because you know,
I
like
think
Star Wars: The Acolyte, for 8 episodes of television, some of those episodes not even a half hour long, they pissed
Yeah.
away $180 million.
yeah, big
Yeah,
budget shows
um,
and movies are what's ruining the blockbuster Hollywood scene.
So
It could be money laundering. That's absolutely a possibility I would be willing to entertain. However, before we get into the money laundering thing, look at the fact that we're literally looking at a situation where these movies have such large budgets that they're not going to take a chance on the movie being bad, so they're not going to take a risk and actually try something interesting. With exceptions, but they're not going to take a risk to try something interesting. And by doing that, they're just saving their time.
Ryan Reynolds has a great quote. It's too much time and too much money is the enemy of creativity.
Oh yeah.
It's if we can just fix it with CGI and take all the time in the world on like tweaking all of the editing.
But
It ruins the vision of what it's supposed to be.
The funny thing is that like we keep saying it's like, oh, they're not willing to like spend money to take a risk, but at the same time you have them dumping truckloads of money into terribly written films that people don't want to see.
Yes, because on paper it seems safe.
Yeah, it seems safe on paper because it uses tried and true basic storytelling tropes.
I would
so-
love to be the motherfuckers in the boardroom after the Marvels had its opening weekend. It's like, but Captain Marvel made $1 billion.
Yeah, okay.
That I actually think that one had a lot more to do with DEI being at issue, but I'm pretty sure
No, it had to do with the fact that people that actually saw Captain Marvel thought it was a terrible fucking movie
Yeah.
with an uninteresting main character.
Yeah, but I mean, in the boardroom, I think part of it was, oh, this made a lot of money when we did Captain Marvel. We can just do DEI instead of actually writing a story.
Well, like, let's take Deadpool for example.
Oh, passion project,
All-
100%.
All of the studios rejected Deadpool, and then somebody, Ryan Reynolds, leaked the test footage. And then all the Deadpool fans rose up as a fucking army, like, yes, make this now, please. And then Fox was like, okay, I guess we'll do it.
Fine,
And then
now
they
that it
left them
seems like a
alone.
safe bet, we'll do it.
Yeah,
But you're
and then
not
they left
getting
them
a
alone. But they were nervous about the R rating. Deadpool comes out. Fantastic movie. Even their advertising campaign, I love how they did like advertising it as a rom-com so that you would take your girlfriend to it on Valentine's Day because that's when it came out. And it's Deadpool has some of the most hilarious advertising. But
Also,
Then
it's official.
they saw Deadpool 1, rated R superhero movie, made a shit ton of money.
It did pretty well.
Then after that, oh, we can make rated R superhero movies. Logan comes out. Logan is a fantastic movie.
Yeah. It really was.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing there. They thought these were safe. They didn't think Deadpool was a safe bet until the uprising of the Deadpool nerds, which not intended as a derogatory. Fuck yes.
No,
Thank you.
We're all, yes. We're all nerds in our own right.
But
It's
even
official
at
now?
that point,
It's official now.
They thought it
Deadpool
was
and Wolverine has surpassed Joker as the highest grossing R-rated film of all time.
yeah. That Disney has the highest grossing films in every age category: G, PG, PG-13, and R.
Yeah.
Thanks to Deadpool and Wolverine. But they even once they greenlit the first Deadpool, they didn't exactly give it a huge budget.
No, they didn't. Ryan Reynolds paid for a lot of it out of his own pocket.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It was a passion project for him.
Yeah.
That's why it did so good. Maverick.
Do you know why it was a passion project for him?
Because he hated Green Lantern? I don't know what you're going to tell me.
No, because he was
He's a Deadpool fan, I know that
He-
much.
well, no, he was like kind of like a cursory Deadpool fan. And then somebody sent him a panel from one of the comics that somebody said Deadpool looked like a combination of Ryan Reynolds mixed with a Shar-Pei. Then he started to like deep dive into the comics and became a huge fan. And like, yeah. And yeah.
But still, it's a passion project for him, so that's why it
Yeah.
ended up being so good. I mean, look at most of the movies that Tom Cruise is in. Those are like big box office hits. Despite the big budget, they're usually pretty good. There have been exceptions, but they're usually pretty
Yeah.
good. And it's because he's passionate about filmmaking.
Yeah.
It's the people are seeing the passion he puts into it, and it's registering as enjoyment.
I've heard that Tom Cruise argues with like writers and directors a lot. He's like, no, this doesn't make sense. This would make it better if we did this.
Well, I mean, this is also a guy who literally
insists on doing his own stunts.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he literally insists on risking his own life to make the movie better. For example, in one of the Mission Impossible films, he's supposed to be barely holding off a knife from stabbing through his eye. And they couldn't get it to look right without the guy actually trying to stab it into his eye. So, in order to not use CGI, they ran a cable down the guy's back to prevent him from actually being able to stab him in the eye. So the guy could actually put in the fucking effort.
Yeah.
Dude strapped himself to it with the outside of an aircraft to get the perfect shot of him being on the outside of an aircraft during takeoff. I mean, this man has passion for filmmaking. And say what you will about him being a Scientologist or anything like that. You're probably correct. I probably agree with you. I will defend him when it comes to filmmaking.
I've said in the past, it's like, I don't give a fuck if he believes in Xenu as long as he keeps making great movies.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Or even like Clerks was a passion project.
Yeah.
Oh, Kevin Smith.
I don't like current Kevin Smith, but like Clerks.
I miss fat Kevin Smith.
He's a fucking bitch.
Yeah, he is.
Kevin Smith going skinny
crying.
was his jump the shark moment.
I'm talking about Clerks right now. I'm not talking about the rest of his shit.
But just real quick.
Those are passion projects.
Yeah, they are. They absolutely are. But yeah, for Kevin Smith, his jump the shark moment was when he started getting skinny.
Oh, after his heart attack?
Yeah. The Kevin Smith we knew died that day.
He went from being fat to looking like he has leukemia.
Yeah, he looks like a cancer
I'd say the dude looks
now.
more unhealthy now than he ever did.
Yeah. Regardless, I really like Clerks. I like Mallrats. I like Dogma. Oh, and I like Chasing Amy. I think those 4 movies, solid. And those were all passion projects.
You, with rare exceptions, like Maverick and just about anything that Tom Cruise is actively pushing for, you don't get passion projects in the big Hollywood blockbusters anymore. You don't get these films where it's made because they want to. Because that's how they want to do it. Because that's how it needs to be done.
There's been rumors and like talks of like a potential like another Top Gun movie, and my answer is just no.
Nope. No, you're done.
No, don't do it.
I will say I'm in agreement with you, sir. That being said, if they were to do it, I would still go see it because I do have faith in Tom Cruise. That's assuming he's the driving force behind it.
Yeah. I don't want it.
No, I'm in agreement with you. I am in agreement
Actually,
with
Crab
you.
Crab has a good point. John Wick was a passion project. Because it was made by a stuntman. It was a stuntman movie made by a stuntman for stuntmen. And that's why it was so, like, action heavy. And why the action looked really good.
Why in the first movie, and then it became serialized.
Off the rail.
Yeah.
It is because serialized became fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got wacky. But the first one, That's a great movie.
You know, like John Wick in the first movie, like he's a lethal motherfucker, but you know, like he's human.
Yeah.
Like he's clearly depicted as being human.
Oh yeah, he got hurt bad.
In all the movies following that, it's like, okay, he's just invincible.
Yeah. The action scenes are still cool though. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, no, the first one though, it's like you understand his motivations. He's out for blood. Let's go.
Like, and don't get me wrong, just because it's a passion project does not mean it's gonna be good.
No, Dick Shark was probably a passion project, but it sucks.
Yeah.
The
Manos
Room
Hands of
was a
Fate was
passion
probably
project.
Manos Hands of Fate was probably a passion project. You still need skill and talent.
Actually, with Manos,
I couldn't even get through the Mystery Science Theater 3000 version of Manos the Hands of Fate. So why are you bringing that up?
Was actually because of a bet. The guy who created
that explains
that movie,
a lot.
Well, the guy who created that movie had a bet with a screenwriter that he could make a movie without any like Hollywood or studio backing. And it's like, yeah, he made a movie, all right.
He won the bet, but at what cost? Hi, Mickey.
Hey, Mickey. Evil Dead, passion project, cult classic now.
Yeah. But, I mean, we all remember the cult classics, such as Pulp Fiction, all that stuff. Yeah, Neil Breen has a cult following, but I would never call those cult classics. But yeah, prime example of passion projects. Yeah, those are prime examples of passion projects. Neil Breen.
People that follow Neil Breen follow him for the wrong reasons. You know.
Yeah, like nobody watches Neil Breen unironically.
No.
Yeah.
No. Except maybe
and if
Neil
anybody
Breen and his
does,
wife.
I pity you.
Yeah.
I think Neil Breen and his family probably are the only people who don't do it ironically.
Oh no, that's the thing though, is that Neil Breen is absolutely 100% earnest.
Yeah.
In everything he does.
Yeah.
It's
just that everything he does is terrible.
Yeah, he doesn't let anybody else affect him. And I appreciate that. Neil
Don't
Breen,
worry,
keep
Tina,
going.
you don't want to know. Like, I don't even know if we could say that The Room is a passion project, but that seems like it would fall
it absolutely
into that
was.
category.
It
I mean,
absolutely was.
That's a fucking weird-ass movie, in part because he wanted to make the car a vampire. What the
Tommy
fuck
Wiseau
is
thought
that?
he thought he was making fucking cinema.
How does that have
He made something
anything to do with the fucking show, bro? Like, what
No,
the fuck?
like,
You're about to spoilers, but you're about to shoot yourself in the head because your girlfriend decided to bang your best friend and then leave you for him. How does your car being a vampire
in that movie?
How does your car being a vampire play any role in any of this? Hell, the only reason they did the tuck scene was because the best friend shaved his face. And it was just how they were going to introduce that.
Yeah.
We're discussing
I will
movies in
give-
general, Mickey, but right now, The Room.
I will give Tommy Wiseau some credit though. He has at least owned it in later years.
Yeah.
Well, no, he says he made it bad on purpose. So I wouldn't say that he owns it.
No, like he did do that for a while, but in more recent years, he's like, yeah, it didn't turn out how I thought it was going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went from
By the way,
protecting
that
his
movie
ego
that-
to, yeah, I'll accept it. I
'Cause
can
he used to be
respect that. It
extremely-
took him a
he
while,
used to
but
be
I can respect it.
Extremely defensive about that.
I got like an exclusive screening of Res Wonder Bread's movie, Mass State Lottery, the one with Nixon.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah.
I had to think of who he was. I couldn't remember.
Yeah. It's it's a thing. It's one of those things. The enemy of creativity is too much time. Spent too much time cutting it and editing it. Because I saw another edit that was a lot better.
So he overproduced the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the only thing that saved Ferris Bueller's Day Off is it was the editing room.
No, the editing room makes the movie.
It can make or break a movie, absolutely.
No.
Like, you
I
could
love
have
Ferris
the
Bueller's Day
best,
Off.
most well directed, well acted, perfectly shot film in existence, and if you've got a shit editor, that can all be ruined.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, is that like a lot of people don't understand that the original Star Wars was saved in the editing room.
Yeah.
By George's wife at the time, Marcia
Yeah.
Lucas.
Yeah. And by the way, if you want to know where Star Wars started falling off, it's when they got divorced.
Yeah. She was the primary editor on the original trilogy.
She was the perfect example of why you need somebody to tell you no. You need
Yeah.
somebody to be real with you and just be like, no, don't do that.
Yeah, that's why A Phantom Menace was such shit. He inadvertently surrounded himself with yes men. And then when he saw the final cut, when he couldn't do anything to fix it, he's going, that was shit, right? I'm not fucking crazy,
Well,
that was shit. Why have you guys been
he
telling
didn't
me
say
that was
that.
good this whole time?
He didn't say that, like, it just like shows them all sitting there in kind of like stunned silence. And then George goes, I might have gone a bit too far.
Yeah.
Oh no, there was discussion
fair,
later. I remember seeing a
Phantom
clip
Menace-
where there's discussion later where they're not in the screening room anymore, but he's talking with them and they're all trying to yes men the fuck out of him. And he's going, no, that was bad. we all watched the same movie, right?
I've seen that stuff too. He pretty quickly starts trying to rationalize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does, but he's still at some points he's got moments of clarity, and they're still trying to yes man him.
Well, that was the thing. Is like nobody was afraid to tell George Lucas, the man who created Star Wars, no, or say, you know, like, I don't know about this.
Like, but he definitely
Which is
got
why
some.
I'll always
some.
keep the two of you around because you'll always tell me, no, that's a dumb idea, and I might do it anyways. But you'll still be right.
You usually do it anyways, and we're usually right.
Oh, come on. You can't tell me a couple times you guys have said
Yeah,
no, that it didn't come out hilarious.
I said usually. That leaves room, motherfucker.
Imp Women on YouTube put out a video as to why Jar Jar is the key to everything. Really good video.
Oh, I subscribe to the Jar Jar is actually a Sith theory.
I still refuse to acknowledge
No, that's not a thing. That is
Although
not a
I
thing.
will say,
Crap, that's
say-
a very rude thing to say.
I find it very funny though that Darth Jar Jar is going to have an official appearance in an upcoming Lego Star Wars product.
Nice.
That's funny. But yeah, no, Jar Jar was not meant to be a Sith. What most of the people point to ends up being bad editing and bad storytelling, which that first episode was full of. If you notice, they ditch a lot of Jar Jar for for episode 2, and Jar Jar plays a pivotal role in 3, but it's not the joking "I'm the fall guy." It's
He had a pivotal role in episode 2.
Yeah.
What did he do? What did he do in episode 2?
He
makes
the one who
Palpatine
pushed
like
for
the Emperor.
yeah, he pushed for the Senate to give.
Sorry, I'm mixing up
Palpatine
3 and 2. That's right. I'm mixing those two up.
He pushed for this. He pushed for the Senate to give the Chancellor, who was Palpatine, emergency war power.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I had 2 and 3 mixed up. That was my mistake. But still, they cut back on him a lot in 3. He played a pivotal role in 2, but they cut back a lot on him in 3. He was not really there.
I know. I identify a lot with Jar Jar. I do a lot of goofy shit and somehow end up in places of power.
Because
I don't know
the
how it
reaction
happens.
to him
It
was
just fucking happens.
extremely negative.
Yeah.
The reaction to him was extremely negative.
No, he wasn't the one who gave
think a big
emergency
part of it is
control in 3.
Now that happened in Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, that happened in 2, and then it was made permanent in 3, and I forget who actually did that. It wasn't Jar Jar, though.
Well, I said, like, he didn't have the authority to do that. He just,
No,
he appealed to
he
the
made the
Senate.
argument to the Senate.
Yeah.
He appealed to the Senate to give the powers to the Chancellor.
He was a
Which would
useful
basically-
idiot in 2.
Basically, what he did it gave Palpatine authorization to raise a grand army of the Republic, which conveniently was already waiting and ready to go.
Oh, did you know that Sifo Dyas was supposed to be,
Master
Sido
Psycho
Diaz? And it was a typo that created a whole new Jedi character named Sifo Dyas?
No.
But it was originally supposed to be Sido Diaz, and that was a pseudonym, a cover identity for Palpatine.
Yeah. Let's be fair, though. Attack of the Clones did introduce the greatest of all Star Wars characters, Dexter Jester.
Alright. You guys want to do some advice, some dear abbeys?
Yeah, we may as well.
Well, we got time for like one of them, I guess.
Yeah.
Which one we doing?
There's been much heated discussion.
Oh. Also, this was ABC, but it was written by the Associated Press. We had one ready to go on The Guardian in case ABC was shit.
Well.
Alright.
So which one are you
which-
guys thinking?
Let's see.
I'll look over him again real quick.
I think the my girlfriend is dressing inappropriately is interesting.
Yeah, we could do that.
Oh, there's an Am I the Asshole one you included. The nephew. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, you want to do the meth addicted nephew?
No, I was talking about the one right below that in the news articles.
Oh, what?
The Am I the Asshole one.
Yeah, that's about.
Oh, uncle took his nephew in after a family
Oh, yeah,
tragedy.
that
that one.
That looks interesting. There's also the inappropriate girlfriend we could do.
Yeah, Jables mentioned that. Thanks for
The
catching
way
up.
I treated... The way I was treated as a guest could be interesting.
Yeah, let's do the. We'll either do meth nephew or how I was treated as a guest.
I'm kind of
Yeah, that's
leaning
something
towards guest.
All right.
All
Take it
right.
away, Rimshee.
Well, I gotta pull it up first.
So slow.
There we go.
Pa-dum.
Dear Annie, the way I was treated as a guest has changed
Oh,
how I feel about...
Your lesser
Stop,
saints,
stop.
you moron.
Dear Lesser Saints.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was reading the title. Alright. Dear Lesser Saints, my aunt relocated to Florida from Illinois with her husband. When her sisters would come for a visit, she would make a whoopee list. It was a list of things to do with them while they were there, such as going to Disney World and other neat things. Yes, we now live in a world that has changed greatly, but I try to remember to treat our guests like royalty, as my aunt did. I believe having good hospitality is even biblically based.
You should just be
Okay.
hospitable to your guests.
Yeah.
The
I
Bible doesn't have anything to do with it. That's just manners.
yeah. But apparently this person cares about the Bible, so whatever. I am the youngest of 5. When I went to visit a couple of my brothers, they treated me the complete opposite of the way my aunt treated her sisters. I think one brother did not really want me there. I must say that I'm hesitant to ever visit them again. I was very hurt by the way they treated me, and it is one of those lessons in life where we learn. That's a weird sentence. I still do the polite thing of sending birthday and Christmas cards, but the closeness is gone. I have friends in Washington and Florida who have invited me, but I'm reluctant to even visit them. I think we all must make a note to treat visitors, even those who show up unexpectedly at our front door, kindly, politely, and with genuine regard. We definitely know that when a family member or friend returns for another visit to our home, we did right with them on their previous visit. I truly appreciate sharing this with you, and it helps me to write to you about this matter. It has been on my mind for years.
How did your brother treat you bad?
Yeah, there's no indication of what's actually happening here. It sounds like you expected him to... It sounds to me like she feels like she drops everything to make sure that the people visiting are having a good time, by planning every little moment of their visit out.
Yeah.
Because apparently that's what her aunt did, and she apparently idolizes her aunt.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of zoned out on that one because
Yeah,
it's
like,
just
was horribly
rambling.
written.
When I
But
have,
she's just
when
fucking
I-
rambling.
Like, I don't even...
When I have
issue
guests, I
was-
make sure to have like beverages available, things like that. You know, I'm not like
Yeah.
a monster.
I think the
But
closest thing to... I think the closest thing to an actual complaint she had was, one brother didn't really want me there. Or at least that's how she felt. Okay. Explain how... Explain what you're expecting, and explain what you got. Because both of those are critical to getting an actual answer. There is no
Yeah,
detail here worthy of any sort of fucking answer.
When I go visit my parents, it's a chill fest. We're all just hanging out. Like, it's not. It sounds like she was expecting him to wait on her hand and foot. By the way, if any of you visit me, I'll be like, hey, I got beers and sodas in the fridge. Help yourself. We're just going to hang out and play some cards or something.
And I haven't sat down and played cards with anybody in a while.
Yeah.
Me neither. I really want to.
Like, you don't... It sounds to me like she tries to wait on everyone who visits hand and foot.
She tries to host.
She tries to
That's-
host. That's not what a visit is. If you're hosting 24/7, you're either a hotel or trying too hard. Sometimes people just want their alone time, and if you're trying to push their vacation in a specific direction, you're at fault. But I don't even know what she does, and I don't even know what her brothers did. So how the fuck am I supposed to come to any sort of conclusion?
Like, when I visited my sister at her new place, so first couple questions. Where's the bathroom? How's the water? Where can I grab a drink? And then we just chilled. I don't know what she's expecting.
Yeah. Sometimes people just want to visit with you, not go do fancy great things where you are.
Yeah. We're not gonna go to Disney World all the time and shit. Like,
You know, it's very rare that anybody comes to stay over at my house. Like, one of the most recent ones is my dad's childhood friend. They've known each other since the second grade.
yeah.
He comes up from Texas every year for the Indy 500. In the past couple of years, before he goes home, like gets on his flight to go home, he stays over at the house because it's cheaper than getting a hotel or an Airbnb.
hmm
And like whenever he's here, like when he's been here the past 2 years, it's like anything you need, man. You know, anything you need, brother, I'm here for you. It's like, you want to go out and get some beers at the liquor store? I'll drive you there. You want to go and get some food? I'll drive you to that. Whatever you want, man, I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
Because I love this man, and I barely
It's also
ever get to
just
see
being
him.
hospitable.
Yeah. But that's also like, hey, I'm here for you, man. I love spending time with you. And I don't get to
But
see
I'm
you
gonna play
often enough.
Hogwarts Legacy for a little while.
Yeah. No one is entitled to your time. Straight up, no one's entitled to your time. If you,
Yeah, like-
especially if you're showing, okay, you know what? I'm gonna make an inference here. Let's see, where was it? I think we all must make a note to treat visitors, even those who show up unexpectedly at our front door. So I'm thinking that she showed up without forewarning.
Yeah.
Also, I don't agree with her on that final part.
I
I
don't
don't
either.
That's
If you
part of
show
why
up
I
at my
think she's...
place
with
and
my
I had
mask
no
on and
idea
shit.
you were... No, it's like, if you just show up and I had no idea you were coming, I'm going to be much less inclined to be, like, accommodating.
Oh, I'm not gonna...
Good.
if you show up unexpectedly, that's a fucked situation.
Well, at that point, you're imposing yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know, for me, if you show up unexpectedly, you can come in and sit down, have some water or whatever, and I'll finish what I'm doing, and then we're going straight to the pizza place and grabbing a slice. But, like...
Unless there's bigger plans at play.
I'm not...
Yeah.
Yeah, unless I had other plans.
At the bare minimum, I'm at least going to tell the person, it's like, you couldn't have called?
A text?
Like, I will generally agree with you, but there are also certain exceptions. For example, before I joined the Marine Corps, my best friend would just randomly show up at my house. And it was just an everyday thing. Like, oh yeah, he's here, cool.
Well,
I'd
that's
randomly
different
show
when
up
you're
in
a kid.
his house. It
Yeah,
was just one of
but-
those things where it was not an issue because it was expected.
When
Yeah,
you're kids,
It was an
that's different, because
established
that's like an
pattern of behavior.
Yeah, that's an unspoken agreement.
Yeah.
It's not like...
But that's kind of my
Yeah.
point.
Like, if any of you randomly showed up to my place right now, I would be alarmed. I'd be happy, but alarmed. It's...
Why?
Uh,
Because we found
espe-
it? You've sent me your address.
Yeah.
Well, I think also, like, especially with me, it's just like, wait, how the fuck did you get here?
Yeah, but that's also a lot of pressure on me, because it's like, all right, my idea of how today was going to go just completely changed. When you're a kid, you just show up at your friend's house. That's not a big deal.
Also, you know, like, what if the individual in question that she's talking about is, you know, kind of someone like me, where my social battery is very limited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
If you're
can
just
only
showing
be
up,
around people for so long before I have to go and do something by myself.
yeah, if you're just showing up, you are not treating your host properly. Like, I definitely
Yeah, I
think
think that's a good way to put it.
and to be fair, I could be reading too much into this because she is so vague about all the shit that happens that I have no idea if any of this.
Exactly how.
We have no
her
idea
brother
what's
did
going
it.
on. We have no idea.
Because, like I
But,
said, if I go visit my sister, she might walk off and, like, work on her paintings or some shit. Like, but I would still be fine there.
Yeah. But we have no idea what was going on. We're taking an inference because of one thing that she made a point of saying, which could just be trying to make a point that, hey, even if they're unexpected, they should be treated kindly and politely and with genuine regard. Well,
Yeah, sure.
sure, you can make that statement, but making that statement with this fucking vague of a complaint makes you sound like you showed up without any warning, without any forenotice. So what the fuck?
Like, for example, like with me and my sister, I would never show up unannounced at my sister's house because her and her husband both have full-time jobs and they have 2 small children. It's just not appropriate for me to just drop in on them unexpectedly.
Only reason you would even consider it is an emergency situation, I'm sure.
And even then, I'm probably still calling first.
Yeah. Like, I'm talking like the most unrealistic of emergency scenarios. Your phone's destroyed. Your car broke down literally outside their house. And you broke your leg or something, broke your arm, something stupid like that.
I might show up unexpected at my sister's place, but I'm also friends with the other two people that she lives with, and they just have a nice patio. So I'm like a nice day. I'm just looking for a good place to sit and change my cigarettes.
I'm just looking for a good place to shit.
Yeah,
They got a real nice bathroom.
actually,
They got
do
a
have
real nice
great
patio. I need a good place to shit, so I go to their patio.
bathroom. Yeah. No,
I'm
I'll
a
show up.
dog.
Also, I
Yeah.
have to get on the interstate if I want to go see my sister.
Yeah. Like
But
I
also
said, the
bring-
most
I also bring
unrealistic of
beverages
emergency
to share
situations.
when I do that. That's like.
I might
like an
randomly
unspoken
stop by
thing.
my parents' house, but I'm usually dropping something off or picking something up or something like that. My parents have literally told us, if we're not home, you're perfectly fine to come over and use the pool anyway. So me showing up isn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, take advantage of that for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we have
Like,
a
there
community
are
pool here at our
times-
HOA, but there's less fecal matter
There-
in my parents' pool.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like, there are times if I'm just like within the vicinity of my grandmother's house, I'll just stop in and see how she is.
But
But that's because I've got keys to the house and I could just
Yeah.
like, oh hello, grandma.
But that's also a little different.
I'll swoop by my old roommate's place because he has a nice spot on the river. Just knock on his door. Hi, want to hang out? Sometimes
right,
he
let's-
says yes,
let's see
sometimes he
what,
says no, and then I go sit on the river.
Let's see what Annie actually has to say about this.
All right.
Your letter highlights one of the most important rules of life, the golden rule, which is to treat others as you would want to be treated. Whether that applies to a guest in your house or to any other situation in your daily life, you will be much happier and relaxed if you practice this rule. If your brothers don't apply it, that's their problem, not yours. I actually think this is pretty good. 'Cause
Yeah, I don't know.
It completely sidesteps most of the issue. And the only part that really applies here at all is that last line. And it's very much...
Sounds like
I'm not
Annie's
saying
dodging.
it's... Yeah, it's... When I say it's a solid response, I'm not talking about on the it's good advice. No, it's a solid dodge from Annie here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's in that case it's also worthless.
Yeah, of course it's worthless.
Don't-
We couldn't
don't
come up
hold
with
other-
anything from that.
If you want like the real advice, don't hold other people up to your standards. That's no way to live your life. There are other people doing their own shit.
I'll get you some juice in a moment, Bubba. I'll do it now.
All right.
Yeah, that was entirely pointless.
Yeah.
I don't think we learned anything, and we definitely didn't give any advice.
They left out too many. They left out too much information. You know.
Oh, man. Somebody's going to hear this later and have things to say about me, but I just got to say it. What is it with the women in being just frustratingly fucking vague all the time with these?
Here, I'll jump in your misogyny boat. I don't know. Women are dumb. It's like, give us information. You're typing this out like we're going to have a conversation with you and like dig deeper. Like I have a thing with Dina. When she's venting to me, a lot of times I'll ask her, "Do you want me to fix the problem or listen to the problem?" And more times than not, it's, "I just want you to listen."
Oh, we have a first-time chatter.
Yeah, and for once, it's not a bot.
That's awesome.
What do they say?
Why Trex Rex?
No, crap. Women are already more emotionally intelligent than men. That's a scapegoat. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's when I am presented with a problem, I want to fix said problem. So I have to clarify.
Yeah, it's in
telling me about
nature.
your problem because you want me to fix it, or do you want me to listen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because those are two different functions. I can listen and fix it, but if you just want me to listen,
Tell me that.
then I'll just listen. But if you just come in telling me all your problems, I'm gonna find a way to fix it already. Yeah, Rimshee, I'm sure you can agree with that. Like,
Yeah, it's important to know what your partner wants.
yeah,
Because if your partner only wants you to listen and you're trying to fix it, that's going to create friction and create more of a problem.
yeah,
Like, I try and ask my wife if she wants to vent or if she wants me to fix it. And sometimes she doesn't even know at the start. So she'll be like, I want you to listen. And then she gets to the end and it's like, well, now I want you to fix it. But
yeah.
even when all she wants me to do is listen, it's really
I do the same thing
hard.
with Dina.
It's really hard not to try and fix it in the moment.
Yeah, it's like,
it's so difficult.
yeah, you're just sitting there holding back well, you could do this. This wouldn't be a problem anymore. Like,
Yeah.
just one little thing.
And part of that is because they feel like when you're doing that, you're calling them stupid. Which is not the case, but it's certainly how it sounds to them. It's how it feels.
Well, how I've had it explained to me is like, they feel like I'm not listening and I'm looking on how to solve the problem rather than just letting them vent and listening. But I'm listening. That's how I figured out how to solve the problem. But
like, if
you
that's
have to,
the problem, maybe
problems
I'm missing the problem. If that's not the problem that needs to be solved, maybe I'm missing the problem and I'm seeing another one that also needs to be solved that you're not aware of. I don't think.
Yeah.
And Dina's still watching, so now she's fuming. You're gonna have to deal with that. Meanwhile, I get to hop off, and my wife's none the wiser.
She's fine. I'll send your wife the link.
She won't watch it since it's right at the end.
I'll send her a link with the timestamp.
You.
And skip to
Yeah.
here.
Like Dina said, here. I can feel like you're not listening to what's being said. You're focusing on your answer.
Yeah, that's what I get too. Which I still don't get it, but
I understand.
My brain is wired to be a hunter.
I understand the words that you're saying. I also think you're wrong. I'm listening to everything that's being said. That's how I found out a way to fix it. Yeah.
This is just the fundamental wiring difference between men and women. This is why we need to get back to polygamy. I'm joking.
I'm not.
Apparently Dina agrees with me.
Yeah. All right, we've gone long enough.
Yep.
Let's close it out.
Alright.
Hey, everybody, we've been the Lesser Saints Discord. Jables, Rimshee, Sarah's watching. That's us. Follow me on Twitter at JablesBoogly. I don't know. Check out our YouTube channel. Same shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all the same shit. Oh, we need a title for this week's show.
Misogyny.
Hollywood bias.
Yeah.
Done. All right, we're out of here.
All right.
I gotta
Bye,
call my wife now
everybody.
and argue.